You did everything right. You went to college, got the job, paid your bills. You were the responsible one. And yet, here you are. 62% of Americans between 35 and 50 have less than 1 month of savings. Not 3 months, not six, one. And the advice you've been given your whole life, we need to talk about that. This video is for a specific person. You're not lazy. You're not bad with money. You're just playing by rules that were written for someone else. Maybe your income isn't the same every month. Freelance, contracts, your own thing. Money comes in, but never on a schedule. Maybe you have kids, which means before you buy anything for yourself, childcare already took $1,500 to $3,000. And every time you do save something, inflation quietly eats a piece of it, like a fee no one warned you about. This is not a you problem. This is a system problem. The advice you've been following was built for a different life, in a different decade, for a different person. Stick with me, because the real reason you have no savings, it's not what you think. Nobody in the finance world will tell you this. You don't have savings because you lack discipline. You don't have savings because your brain wasn't built to save. Daniel Kahneman studied this for 40 years. Your brain runs two systems. One is fast and emotional. One is slow and logical. Every time you spend today instead of saving for tomorrow, that's not weakness. That's your brain doing exactly what it was designed to do. But here's the part that should make you angry. Dan Ariely ran brain scans while people made financial decisions. When you think about your future self, your brain responds the same way as when you think about a stranger. Not you, a stranger. So when someone tells you to sacrifice for your future self, they're asking you to sacrifice for someone you don't even know. That's not a willpower problem. That's a design problem. And if the problem is in the design, then the fix has to be in the design too. Which means three things you've been told your whole life need to go. Right now, myth one, just save 20% of your income. Let's do the math. Median U.S. household income, $74,000 a year. After taxes were around $4,650 a month. Rent, $1,800. Childcare, $1,400. Car and insurance, $650. Groceries, $600. Utilities, phone, internet, $350. That's $4,800. You're already $150 in the negative. Before you've saved a single dollar, 20% of $4,650 is $930 a month. Where exactly is that supposed to come from? This advice isn't wrong because people are bad at math. It's wrong because it was never built for this life. Myth two, make a budget and stick to it. Budgets need predictability. They need the same income every month. They need nothing to break. They need your kid to not get sick the week you finally save something. If your income changes month to month, a budget doesn't fail because you're weak. It fails because it wasn't made for you. And here's the cruel part. When the budget breaks, you don't think this model is broken. You think I am broken. That's shame, that guilt, that thing where you stop checking your bank account for 3 weeks. That's not a character flaw. That's bad advice doing damage. Myth three, just put money in index funds. Index funds are great. I'm not arguing that. But this advice has a hidden condition no one says out loud. You need money you don't need for the next 20 years without touching it. If your income jumps around, if you have no safety cushion, if inflation is eating 4 to 6% a year, then locking money away you can't access without a penalty isn't a strategy. It's a trap. Because when something breaks, and it will, you pull that money out. You pay the penalty. You feel like a failure. You stop. The system broke you, then blamed you for it. 3 myths, all built for a life most people over 35 don't have. So what actually works? There's a model, and nobody in finance wants to talk about it. The system that works was built for instability, not around it, for it. 4 layers, starting with right now, not the future. Layer 1, the friction account. Before you invest anything, you need a buffer for real life, not an emergency fund. I know you've heard that before, and I know it hasn't worked. Here's why. An emergency fund sounds like something sacred, something you can never touch, something to feel guilty about. A friction account is different. It's money that absorbs the chaos so everything else keeps moving. Target 6 weeks of basic expenses, not 3 months. That's overwhelming. 6 weeks. For most people, that's $4,000 to $8,000. One rule. When you use it, and you will, refilling it becomes your only priority. Before investing, before everything. Layer 2, the variable income split. Stop budgeting by month. Start budgeting by payment. Every time money comes in, whether it's $800 or $8,000, you split it immediately before you touch it. 50% fixed costs. 20% friction account first, then investing once it's full. 30% yours. Spend it without guilt. The percentages aren't the point. The habit is the point. Split before you spend. Automate it. Set it up once, then forget it. And when your friction account is full, that 20% automatically goes to investing. The system upgrades itself. No decision needed. Layer 3, stop losing to inflation. Here's something nobody explains clearly. If inflation is at 4% and your savings account pays 0.5%, you are losing money every single month. Without spending anything wrong, without making any bad decisions, just by leaving it there. So the goal isn't to save, the goal is to not fall behind. High-yield savings for your friction account. Right now, that's around 4.5 to 5% a year. For anything you won't touch for 5 years or more, 2 funds. Total U.S. market, total international. That's it. 92% of professional fund managers lose to the index over 15 years. You don't need to be clever. You just need to stay in. Layer 4, the move that changes everything. Here's the hard truth. If your income doesn't grow, cutting and saving can only take you so far. You can cancel every subscription, never eat out, drive a 10-year-old car, and still not have enough margin to actually build something. The most powerful thing you can do after 35 is not save more. It's create one more income stream using what you already know. Cal Newport spent years studying this. His conclusion, you already have skills someone will pay for outside your main job. You've spent 10 to 15 years building them. You just haven't packaged them yet. The goal isn't to replace your income. The goal is $500 to $1,500 extra a month. That goes straight into your investment layer, not into lifestyle. Jim Collins studied how real growth happens. His finding, nothing feels dramatic at first. You push, nothing moves. You push again, still nothing. Then one day, it moves, and it doesn't stop. 2 versions of the next 10 years, same person. Starting from 0 today, version 1, nothing changes. Same advice, same guilt cycle, same broken budget. 10 years later, same place, but 10 years older and 10 years more tired. Version 2, you build the stack. Friction account, done in 8 months. Income split running automatically by month 3. $300 a month into index funds from month 4. $300 a month. 10 years. 7% average return. That's $49,000. Not rich, but untouchable in a way you've never felt before. The difference between these 2 lives isn't talent, it isn't luck, it's which system is running. Here's what not to do when this video ends. Don't open 7 tabs. Don't download a budgeting app. Don't research index funds for 4 hours. Do one thing. Open your banking app. Create a new savings account. Name it Friction. Move any amount into it. $20, $50, it doesn't matter. James Clear spent years studying how people actually change. His finding, identity doesn't change through intention. It changes through action. Every small action is a vote. A vote for the person you're becoming. The account you open tonight, it's not about the money in it. It's about who you're deciding to be. You're not behind because you failed. You're behind because someone handed you a map that was drawn for a different place, a different time, a different person. The map was wrong, not you. 35 is not late. 40 is not late. These are the years when people finally stop. listening to advice that was never meant for them, and start building something real. The goal isn't a number in an account. It's waking up and knowing your day belongs to you. That's what this is building toward. One more thing. Everything I showed you today, the friction account, the income split, the anti-inflation layer, none of it is complicated. This information has existed for decades. So why doesn't the financial industry teach it? Next video, the business model behind financial advice. Why complexity is the product, why your confusion is the revenue, and who financial advice is actually designed to serve. It's not a conspiracy theory, it's just economics, and once you see it, you can't unsee it.